Greetings and welcome back, Dapperlings, to Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. Now, this is the second recording session since I returned to the series, and following some comments that I have received, I've decided, to make good on an idea that I'd had very, very early on with this series, way back in the beginning. If you go back to the first videos, you'll actually hear me talking about doing, or rather the possibility of doing, Tileset kind of special episodes where I would explore a certain new tileset. And I'm going to be doing that with this episode. In fact, I'm probably going to be doing that with this recording session. So the next couple of episodes will be using the tileset Chest Hole 32. Now, to clarify, usually I use, let me just find you, Retro Days 20 pixels. But it was suggested that I check this out. It is actually quite a nice one. Now, the thing with tilesets, and actually what I mentioned in the very first episode or two, is my kind of rule of thumb with tilesets is I only like tilesets that completely change a tileset. Unfortunately, we're still having some issues with the fact that I've added in the new mods. It does this every time I load into the game. Oh well. Hopefully it doesn't cause any issues. Now, as you can see, this is a much more graphical tileset than Retro Days, and that's pretty good for me. I quite like it. I am happy to continue using this and would welcome any further suggestions in the comments on other tilesets that I can test out. But again, the rule of thumb is the tileset has to be complete, or as near as damaged to complete. In my explorations, I have found that this tileset pretty much replaces almost everything. There's not a case where a random large chunk of the tiles in the game default to ASCII characters. So far, I've only tested it briefly. Pretty much just had Isdar wander around outside a little bit and then haul everything in from the electric derp. Everything. I've also gone ahead and adjusted Isdar's equipment. Now, Isdar's look has actually changed to reflect the equipment that Isdar is wearing, which I find truly awesome. In fact, let me just see if that will also be the case with the tactical helmet. Let's have a look. Tactical helmet, let's drop that. You notice that Isdar's now wearing just a balaclava. I like it. I like it a lot, I must confess. Let's pop that tactical helmet back on. Now, I've gone through and I've changed a lot of things in here. Good, my tactical helmet is the one on the outside of my balaclava. You'll notice that my encumberment is still fairly high in certain areas, but I've no longer got layering penalties. With the encumberment and warmth, you'll notice, for example, down here at the bottom, we have this line. This is your encumberment, but it's split into two parts. This is the physical encumberment of the clothing themselves. So, for example, if your trench coat has an encumberment of 20 because you've padded it with leather and Kevlar, as I have with Isdar's, then it's going to show up as 20, and then anything else, for example, on the torso. In fact, if we go to the torso, we've got a plastic canteen, that's nothing. We've got a Survivor Runner Pack, which is +2, a trench coat, which is 20, and a Linux t-shirt, which is also 2. So that combines to 24. Now, the way that it was going on before, you may have noticed that there was also a number here, the plus number. Now, that's your layering penalty. For example, if I wore 2 trench coats, it wouldn't just be 20 plus 20. It would be 20 plus 20, then plus another one, because I'm basically wearing another layer on top of that kind of over-the-clothes layer. And it's increasing the encumberment of moving around. This was basically put in because you could wear certain types of clothing that had 0 encumberment. You could just put like 50 t-shirts on. Realistically, if you tried to wear 50 t-shirts, you're going to be moving around like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. You're not going to be 0 encumbered. You're going to be very encumbered at that point. So that's what the layering penalty is. Now, I've gone through and I've removed all of the layering penalty. That has required, unfortunately, a drop in the warmth for Isdar. right now, it's not a problem. It's still green, so based on our season at the moment and the ambient temperatures, Isdar is fine. But later on, that's going to be a little bit of a problem. We're going to have to switch out his clothing to try and prioritize getting warmth. Maybe even layer a few things, like pad them with fur. Not wool, because Isdar's allergic to wool, but fur will be useful. So we've got the Linux t-shirt. I've repaired that up and even added some... made it extra sturdy. We've got a trench coat, a survivor on a pack, and a plastic canteen. That's the torso. On the head, we're wearing a balaclava, then a tactical helmet. We've got a pair of stylish sunglasses on the eyes. For our mouth, because the balaclava covers the whole head, and including the mouth, it's listed here as well. We've got the balaclava, and then we're wearing a full-on filter mask. This is not like a little bandana worn across the mouth or anything like that, or those kind of fabric face masks that you could kind of get, like they look like surgical masks. This is a full filter mask with filter cartridges, like it's a proper gas mask. Well, not quite a proper gas mask, but it's, the nearest thing you can get to a proper gas mask without messing up your face encumberment utterly. The arms only have the trench coat on, which is why the arms are quite cold. It's minus 20 on warmth. Usually I'd wear some sort of top to keep Isdar warm, which would have underlayers on the arms. I'm not going for that here. Encumberment is probably the lowest of all of them. In fact, yeah, the feet and the arms have got the lowest encumberment other than the eyes, but it's very hard to encumber your eyes. We've got glove liners and armoured fingerless gloves. Previously we had glove liners, fire retardant gloves, tactical gloves, and the armoured fingerless gloves because of the way that things layered. Previously there was a thing called... let me think. How is it said? It's worn close to the skin, or no? This one is worn next to the skin, and that's an actual layer. You've got next to the skin, then you've got normal, then outer clothes, then strapped. So you've got 4 distinct layers that you can have different clothing on. For example, that's worn next to the skin, and this fits you. Oh, that's right. The trait was layers easily. Now, what that meant is that it can layer with one other thing on its layer, so you could have 2 things worn next to the skin if they layered well, and it wouldn't add the extra layering encumberment. So I was able to have Isdar wearing 4 different sets of gloves with different properties: fire retardant gloves, armoured gloves, the armoured fingerless gloves we've got there, glove liners for warmth, things like that. That's gone. That trait is entirely cut out of the game. Again, to avoid people pretty much doing what I was doing with Isdar, wearing 4 gloves and not having to pay any sort of dexterity penalty for that. For legs, I've got to repair my cargo pants apparently, but we've just got some leg warmers and cargo pants. We've dropped the cargo shorts. That was far more encumberment than was really worth it. The feet, we've got flame-resistant socks and combat boots. And that's all we've got. We're also wearing a deputy badge and a skinny tie, because... why not? Right, let's have a look. I've got a tailor's kit on me, so let's go ahead and try and repair our cargo pants. We're not going to add anything to it. I could strip some things out. I could pull out the leather padding, for example, and that would drop the bash and cut protection from 12 and 14 respectively to 7 and 9, and would correspondingly pull down 7 of the encumberment. It's possible. I might do it. I really like the fact that the tailor kit repairs an item of clothing completely, rather than having to repair it several times, because previously you had to apply a tailor's kit multiple times, and each time would repair a little bit of the health of the item. No, we don't want to do that. I want to apply it again to the cargo pants, and I want to repair and fit it in, and now we've made it extra sturdy, so it's going to have a little bit more protection. Now, looking at these things, I mean, I could pull down my torso encumberment enormously by taking out, for example, the leather padding on my trench coat. Likewise, I could do the same with my cargo pants and reduce the leg encumberment. Let's actually have a look at how this is affecting things now, because they have changed. They were up in the 30s before. Mouth is still there, but torso... we're losing 20% of our melee attack rolls, and our dodge skill is treated as though it were 2 levels lower. Swimming costs an extra 142 movement points because of this. That is just kind of crazy. As for arms, our arm encumberment is kind of nasty, but leg encumberment, plus 3 movement points for running. Swimming costs plus 44 movement points, and dodge skill is reduced even further. Feet, plus 5 running costs with feet. And this is largely because we've got leather and Kevlar on these items. Let's have a quick look at how this would affect things if I were to take this out of our trench coat. I could destroy the leather padding, and it would pull down my bash protection by 5 and my cut protection by 5. If I destroyed the Kevlar padding, it would actually reduce the encumberment less, which is interesting. But it would also reduce my protection even more. It would be the same 5 reduction on bash, but it would take away 7 protection against cut. I don't think I want to do that, but I might take out the leather padding. That's a saving of 7 in encumberment. Yes, I think we will. Yes, I would like to destroy this. We won't get any materials back, but it's just leather. I can easily get more of that. Kevlar, on the other hand, a little bit less easy to sort out. Now my melee attack rolls are only minus 10. That was worth it. For 7 points less, and my swimming costs have decreased by half. That's really good. Because if we were forced to swim, that would have been painful. Painful. Okay, I think we'll do the same with our legs then as well. So apply Tailor's Kit to my cargo pants and destroy the leather padding. It is a shame to lose that, but the reduction in encumberment is far more useful to me right now. I like it, honestly. I like this change. You might be wondering, why? That's kind of crazy. You've literally no longer got an awesome tank. But I think this is better for the game as a whole. Armoured Fingerless gloves. I kind of like having the armor on my hands. Honestly, I don't really want to take that away. We could have a look at my boots. Where are my boots? Boots. Combat boots. I can destroy the leather padding that I've got on my combat boots. That doesn't actually make as huge of a difference. Well, actually it does, in a way. It drops it by 7. Yikes. And yeah, it drops it by 7 on each. But that saving of 7 points. I mean, right now, Isdar is a bit of a tank with his armor. And we'll see. Because, I mean, the zombies are much harder now. So this may be a very silly thing to do. We'll have to have a look. And my hands are the only other place. Oh, my head as well. But I don't think we're going to be able to tailor my tactical helmet. As much as I wish we could. We can have a look at our socks as well, actually. If we've got socks with any enhancements to them. Armoured Fingerless gloves are the only things with enhancements. You can see the sort of pluses next to them, which let us know that they've been enhanced in some way. Our cargo pants are enhanced, our trench coat is enhanced, but we've sorted those out. A pair of combat boots, we've sorted those out. Armoured Fingerless gloves, they're next. Destroy the leather padding. We'll drop, actually not that much for this. Only 3 on each, but we'll save 7 again. Honestly, the boots were possibly one that I should have kept because the leather padding was giving so much to Isdar's encumberment there. The next thing, we've got the filter mask and the tactical helmet. Let's have a look at the tactical helmet. Oof, that's actually a lot. That's an awful lot of reduction for only 7 saving. But I think the tactical helmet, the only thing it's protecting is my head. And head encumberment doesn't actually affect anything. Head encumberment exists only to restrict you from adding loads and loads and loads of stuff onto your head. So I'm going to keep the tactical helmet as is. The last thing then is the filter mask. Let's have a look at you. Well, it's not that bad. It's 5 and 5. Yeah, we'll get rid of the leather padding on the filter mask as well. It's going to feel a little bit more rough against Isdar's chiseled jaw, but it'll be worth it in the end, as he's going to be able to breathe a little bit more freely now. Okay, so we've lost 10% on melee in total. Head has no effect, so it's fine. Mouth, covering your mouth will make it more difficult to breathe and catch your breath, but we've reduced that somewhat, so it's going to be a little bit easier for us to catch our breath now after running. Arm encumberment affects stamina cost of melee attacks and accuracy with ranged weapons. That's good. Left hand reloading costs only 15 movement points now, and dexterity is only treated as -1 when throwing items. It was -2, I believe. Melee and thrown attacks cost only 6 movement points now. Running cost is only +2 movement points, which is really, really good. And only +22 movement points for swimming. Dodge skill is minus 0.3 instead of 0.5. And finally, running cost +3 movement from our feet. I am happy with that. I think this is the best we can do. Ooh, one of the fellas just woke up and really needed a scratch. Okay. I'm not going to reduce his gear any further than that. I don't feel comfortable having Isdar any less protected. Now, what have I got in here? Tainted fat. Yes, I want to take all of the tainted fat out of the vehicle and drop it on the ground. Let's reset the filter. Because I can still use it for various things. Unfortunately, I keep getting attacked by the dog. And I think the thing is that the dog is moving into my tile, and so it's treating it as attack. It doesn't treat it as an attack when I move into the dog, and the dog is classed as friendly. I can't make dog food. I don't have the materials for it. They're actually kind of hard to come by, unfortunately. No, ignore the noises. It's just a dog move around. Oh. No. Don't worry about it. We're fine. Ouch. That hurt. Ouch. That hurt as well. There we go. He's just hurt our arm a little bit. When we had super amazing armor on, didn't need to worry about it. But now he can actually bite through. It's a bit of a shame. Okay. Right, let's have a look at what we can make, because we've got so much stuff here now. This is everything that we got off our last run. Specifically, I'm interested in looking at this. Gasoline lantern, oil lantern, makeshift funnel, digging stick, wearable flashlight, leather funnel, plastic fish trap, charcoal smoker. Ooh. This is a portable charcoal smoker, good for weekend barbecuing and preserving meat with smoke. Maybe we could do something like that. I could, for example, stick it into the electric dirt. I could smoke the meat that we get. If we're going to be out for a long time and the meat is starting to turn, I could just smoke it wherever we are. Might be worth it. I'll keep an eye on that. Grappling hook. Foldable grappling hook attached to a stout 30-foot long piece of lightweight cord, useful for keeping yourself safe from falls. Techniques: rapid strike, spinning strike. Maybe. Volume of 3 and a weight of 0.76. You never know when you're going to need a grappling hook. I approve. Let's make one. No. Don't worry, the dog doesn't mean it. If the dog kills me, well, better that than to kill the dog, in my opinion. My trench coat. Stop beating up my trench coat, you scallywag dog. Ow. We are really getting messed up with that stupid dog. Okay. We're going to have to stop here. He's destroying my gear. I don't know how to fix this, unfortunately. Come on, out you go. You're going to have to stay outside. You can't behave, then you go outside. That is the rule. Oh, damn it, my fire's gone out. That is actually really, really quite frustrating. I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to resolve that, because I don't want to leave our dog behind. What kind of monster would you have to be to do that? Alright, let's go over to other and back to tools. We wanted, where was it? Grappling hook, please. Go ahead and make one of these. There we are. I've memorized the recipe for grappling hook. I've moved all of the books into the shelf, by the way. So now, Outdoors Adventures. I no longer need this book here. I've got a lot of Outdoors Adventures, apparently. So with all of these books there, the yellow ones I can learn something from. The blue ones simply have recipes. Or it might be the other way around, actually. Yeah, it could be the other way around. The blue ones I can learn from and yellow ones have recipes that I haven't yet learned. In fact, I think that's the way it works. But if you just create the recipe from the book, you've got a chance of learning from it. Or you can just read the book. And then once you've read the book and it turns grey, means there's nothing more you can learn from it. You may as well just throw it away. Or keep it if it gives good morale. Or it can be used for something starting a fire, though I don't approve of book burning myself. Ember Carrier. Small container for holding tinder with holes punched into it to provide a controlled airflow. It can nurture a smouldering ember for a long time. Start fires without modern tools. We don't need it, we've got a lighter. Soda can stove, paint chipper, paintbrush, charcoal cooker. This is a little metal tank for holding charcoal with a pilot light attached. You could use it for cooking food. Makeshift pot, screwdriver, improvised lockpick, crack pipe, fishing hook, and sharp rock. Don't need them. Medical. Vacutainer. This is a tool for drawing blood, including a vacuum-sealed test tube for holding a sample. Use this tool to draw blood, either from yourself or from a corpse you are standing on. Saline solution and bandages. I could actually use a couple more of these. In fact, I need a couple because I've just been bitten by my bloody dog. Go ahead, make 10 of these, please. Always worth making things in a batch. We should now have 10 bandages. Oh, actually, we've got loads of bandages anyway. I would like to activate a bandage and fix my arm. Then fix my leg. Then fix my other leg. There we go. That will have affected our medical skill just a little bit. It's blue, which means it's going up, or not. If it's red, it means it's decayed. Pretty much anything at 0% is usually there because it's decayed all the way down. I need to do something with launchers so that I don't waste that 99%, because eventually that'll all go all the way back down to 0. That would annoy me. Let's go back to crafting. This episode, if you haven't been able to tell already, is just me looking through all of the stuff that I can now make thanks to all of the things that I've got in one place. Large water skin, steel jerry can, gallon jug, plus I can make them. Oh, that's actually pretty awesome. A large water skin, a large watertight leather bag with a carrying strap, can hold 5 litres of water. This is strapped to you, but it has an encumberment of how much? Watertight, encumberment of 10. Much worse than my canteen. I can make sheet metal, cured hide. Right, here we are. This is kind of what we want to do. We want to try and make some cured hides. I can make 2x4s out of heavy sticks. Wow. Okay, I like that. Oars, tarpaulin, tinder, metal tank, sheet metal. Oop. Another one of the fires just woke up. And needed another scratch. Oh, blast them. It sounds like you're trying to drill through the cage. I do apologise. Let's see. Could use to craft superglue, tanning leather hide, resinous cord. Well, let's cure hides first. That uses pelts, whereas this uses rawhide. Well, actually, we'll do the rawhide first. We've got 2 rawhides that we can use. We can use saline solution or just some salt. My vision is pixelating. We'll use the salt nearby because we've got loads and I can easily get more and more and more salt. Because I can just go and get salt water and make the salt out of that. But we've already got so much salt water now. I don't think we're... rather salt from salt water. I doubt we're ever really going to need more salt. At least... Well, I say that. The way Isdar is surviving at the moment, maybe he will live forever. And will eventually need more salt. And there should be cured hide as well. Let's do a batch. Wow, 14 cured hides. I approve. Yes. I like this. Make it. It's going to take us ages to do 14. Ah, it's now daytime. We're hungry and we're tired. Not so grand. It is taking a long time. It is now raining. There we go. There's no room in your inventory for the cured hides. You drop it. That's fine. Let's go ahead and move this around using this, which I really like the advanced inventory system. Really like it. Yep. And we'll also drop our cured hides there. Anything else we want to drop off? No, actually, we're pretty good. Okay. Right, next up. We should actually be able to craft with this level of light. I'm not entirely certain, but... Let's see, what else can we craft? Got materials, parts, hard plating, banded wooden cartwheel, foot crank, muffler, extra light frame, wooden frame. These are things for making cars. Loose caltrops, bear trap, nail board trap. Ooh. You know what? If I actually had some of these things, I would probably make some traps. Not that we really need them, but... Rebreather filter cartridge, mechanical pump. An old-fashioned mechanical pump of the type used to draw drinking water from a well. It's not good for much of anything on its own, but we would be able to use this to make a well. For roll mat, I wouldn't mind making some of these so that we can stock up the electric dirt for longer runs out into, you know, ones where we're not going to just find the nearest house and doss down in there when we come across a house with a bed, but actually if I need to camp, I can stop and camp, even if I'm out in the middle of nowhere. That would allow us to go further beyond this city into the next towns. Okay, well, there's nothing too much here. I wouldn't mind getting some concrete, though. That would actually be pretty awesome. Alright, as for armor, storage, large quiver, leather backpack, back holster, sheath. Ooh. Where is this worn? Accommodating utility anatomy. This gear is worn around your waist. This piece of clothing fits you perfectly. Has it got any encumberments? 0, it fits. A piece of clothing, okay. Holding knives and other small blades. Activate the sheath. I think we've actually got a sheath, and I don't think my machete can fit in it, unfortunately. I'll have to double check that. Well, I suppose I can make a sheath, but I'm going to require 6 leather pouches. I'm fairly certain we've done... Oh, well, we may as well check. I can't see to craft. Well, scallywags. Let's drop another 2x4 here. And apply our lighter. Light it up. Then go ahead and craft our sheath. Sure, I'll use the... One of the things that I'm not actually holding. I'll use a wooden needle nearby. Wear the sheath. Now, apply the sheath. P. I would like to put my survivor machete in it. Ah, I need a scabbard. Drat. That's what I remembered. If only I knew how to make a scabbard. Okay, well, that's fine. Let's go ahead and have a look at what else we can make in armor. Suit. Head. Pair of infrared goggles. Wow, okay. That's a sudden step up. Hooded hard hat. Mining helmet. Blindfold. Why would I wear a blindfold? Rain hood. Cotton hat. Leather armor. Helmet. Pair of leather cat ears. Light amplification goggles would be nice, but it would probably require an uninterrupted power supply. Pair of battery powered goggles that amplify ambient light, allowing you to see in the dark. Use it to turn it on. Pair of battery-powered goggles that grant infrared vision, allowing you to see warm-blooded creatures in the dark. Use it to turn them on. I would probably say that the pair of light amp goggles would be the better one to have. I suspect we already have some of those, so I'm going to stray away from that rather than use up my limited kind of electronic-y stuff for making these. So also, nothing really here that we want to use. Metal arm guards. Cumberland is probably through the roof. Yeah, it is. Fingerless glove, bone armor gauntlets. Bag gloves, sock mitts. No, it's okay. Leather chaps, boxer briefs, hot pants. Has this got 0 encumberment? Because I would totally wear some boxes right now. Because at the moment, Isdar, I don't think he's actually wearing any boxes. No. Okay, we'll make some boxes for the warmth. Got a needle. We'll apply this to the boxes. Go ahead, repair it. We don't have enough what? You're kidding. You're also lying to me. Okay, well, we might not have enough rags right now, but what we can do is filter by category. Clothing. Rag. No. Cloth. Okay, we want to take the... Not those ones. Those are good ones. We'll take these cargo pants. Pretty much all of the most damaged stuff. We're going to cut them up into rags, hopefully. Now, butcher. Cut up all you can. There we go. Salvaged a bunch of rags and some Nomex patches and leather patches. We didn't salvage too much out of some of the things, but that's fine. I find it so much easier if you just put it all on the floor. Now, oh, actually, I wanted to improve the boxer briefs. There we are. Right, where? Now we want to put these on properly. They can go under the leg warmers. Oh, wait. The leg warmers are already... Now we've got a penalty there. I mean, it's nice to have that extra little bit of warmth, but... No. Damn. Okay, well, we didn't need them. Where are the box of briefs? Everything is moved around. P. We'll drop that down. Okay. I'll probably just have a look through the remainder of this. Then we'll move on to the next episode, I think. So, no, nothing much there. Leather cattail, leather collar, and a towel. Okay, well, that's going to be it for this episode. Isdar has brought everything down here. I think in the next one, we're going to go out on a little trip to get ourselves some fuel for a jackhammer. Then, my plan is to burrow through the wall out here. As I think I covered a little while ago, we go down here. The plan is to have a door coming straight out and have a little like workstation out here. Possibly build some sort of roof or just have power moving in through the door into the main area, because I could set it up fairly nicely. I also need to finish work on our area out here. Actually get all of the fences up. No, don't go over the spike pits, please. Please. Oh, my lord. That would have made me cry. But that's all going to happen in the next episode, though. The other reason I kind of want to have access to the outside here is so that I can set up some water funnels. So it's much easier for us to grab water from outside and boil it and things like that. Because you can boil directly from the funnel itself. If we have a look in here... No, I don't want to take it down. But it should be... It has a lot of water in it. 225 portions of not clean water. But we can just prepare that. You know what? I really don't like you being outside in the rain. Come on in. Please just stop attacking me. There we go. But that's it for this episode. Isdar, do you have anything to eat? No, you don't. So we're going to need to cook something. I shouldn't have let you in, considering I need to cook. But let's get Isdar some food first, and then we'll head off. I could make some fruit pancakes. What? Fruit pancakes. I mean, that's a pretty awesome treat. Awesome deluxe scrambled eggs. Yes, I think so. Let's make some deluxe scrambled eggs. Oh, please stop, dog. Ouch. Ouch. It hurts. It really hurts. You scallywag mutt. Om nom nom. Om nom nom. Om nom nom. We're not even finished. It's a hard life, being a pet owner. The things you have to sacrifice, such as body integrity. Okay, go on, drink it all, be slaked, then drop this down. Before we go out next, though, I will be setting up a archery setup again, so that we've got a bow, some decent arrows, because I don't really want Isdar getting too close anymore. I mean, up to this point now, he's been very capable with the Survivor Machete, but we've just dropped his body armor, and the zombies are much tougher, so I think we need to go back to using ranged attacks to soften them up and then just engage them when they're already weak. But that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed and will be joining me for the next. But until then, and as always, do take care.